Hello everybody, my name is Ryan or MandRproductions, and welcome to my comparison video on the two LEGO Star Wars Darth Vader transformation sets. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the basic features of both sets, the overall design and accuracy to the scene, and of course the minifigures included, as well as taking into account the price, the piece count, and everything, and we're going to determine at the end which one is better. If you do enjoy, I do encourage you to drop a like on the video. If you have anything to say about the two sets, comment it down below, and subscribe to see more of my future LEGO videos. With that out of the way, I'll give you some information on the set on the left. Its set number is 7251. Its official name is Darth Vader Transformation, and it was $7 back when it was released in 2005 to coincide with Revenge of the Sith. It had 53 pieces, and the two minifigures included were Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker in his badly burned form. They also call the FX9 Surgical Assistant Droid a minifigure. That is this thing right here, which I find odd to be called a minifigure, but it does kind of pop off if you get it at the right angle. And I guess it could be a minifigure, but I don't really classify it as a minifigure, so I'm just going to say that the original Darth Vader transformation only had 2 minifigures and not 3. Now that's Brickopedia saying that. I don't really agree with that being a minifigure, but that's what it says. The other interesting thing is that the Darth Vader in the old one does not come with a cape. Of course, the set on the right is the brand new Summer 2017 Darth Vader transformation. Its set number is 75183. It has 282 pieces and will set you back $25 in the US. So it costs about 3.5 times as much, the old one costing $7 and this new one costing $25. And it has 282 pieces, so you're looking at about 5 times as many pieces, which is pretty darn good. And you get 4 minifigures. Now on the box, it only shows 3, and I'll bring the box over here to show you. The box only shows those 3 minifigures, but if you see, they have this medical assistant droid here, and it's just not shown as a minifigure on the box anywhere, which I find odd, but I'm going to call it a minifigure and say that this set has 4 minifigures, because, I mean, it's the same thing as a battle droid. Battle droids count as a minifigure, so I'm going to count him as a minifig. It's also weird that Brickopedia doesn't count the FX9 Surgical Assistant droid here a minifigure either, so that's kind of interesting, because you have the same upgraded version of that right here. So, with all the introductory stuff out of the way, let's go ahead and take a close look at the minifigures and compare those. These are the 2 minifigures that came with the original Darth Vader transformation set, and you can see they are lacking a lot of detail. They are very simplistic, very simple looking minifigures. You can see that Darth Vader barely has any printing on his torso, really. It's a very simple torso print, and flipping him around, you'll find no back printing at all. So it's a very simple minifigure. The face underneath is also very simple, very old print there. And then he's got the old style Darth Vader helmet, which there is nothing wrong with, in my opinion, but that is the older Darth Vader there. On the right, you have the burned Anakin, whose torso is the same torso you really get with the Anakin Starfighter that came out at the same time as well. So you don't get a special printed torso. The only thing you really get is this special printed head with some red scarring on it. And you don't get anything on the back at all, and I'm knocking figures over here. But really, these minifigures in the early days were very, very simple, and it really makes you appreciate the new ones, but we're about to take a look at the new ones. We have Emperor Palpatine, who did not come in the original set, so he is new here. We have nothing to compare him to, but it's really cool to get a minifigure like this in this set. You'll find the cape has no back printing underneath it, but is the nice soft cape, and then he also does have a face print, a double-sided face print, to be safe there. And so very cool minifigure, a pure bonus in addition with this new set compared to the old set. Now looking at the Darth Vader, and I will bring over the other Darth Vader momentarily to compare to, the Darth Vader is just leaps and bounds better than the old one. We'll remove Palpatine there and bring over the old Darth Vader. The new Darth Vader is just incredibly good looking compared to the old one. It's pretty crazy how much LEGO's changed in 12 years since I really started collecting back in 2005. You see this old figure with just barely any torso print. You've got this new one with leg printing, waist printing, crazy looking torso print. Underneath on the back, you'll find no printing still, which makes sense, and he's got the soft cape. And I like that he has the cape because that is scene accurate. Under the helmet, you'll find a brand new Anakin face, which is really different than, of course, the original Darth Vader face, especially in coloring there. So very cool to see that kind of a change. And on the back, you'll find more detail back there, kind of a real scarred look, which I really do take a liking to. So a very cool Darth Vader minifigure there. Good comparison to show you 12 years difference in the making. That's pretty crazy right there. Next up, you'll see the new Anakin is leaps and bounds better than the original Anakin Skywalker, and I'll just drop these Darth Vaders back here and out of the way, but the new Anakin is incredibly good looking compared to the old one. I mean, it's day and night. It's incredible how much LEGO has changed in 12 years. You can see the torso print, they just aren't even close to the same. There was no leg printing on the original minifigure. There's a crazy amount of leg printing on this new minifigure, so LEGO has really done their homework and done some research on how Anakin should look, and they have done a great job. You can see the back there is just no comparison. Even though we're doing a comparison video, these two just don't compare. They shouldn't even be in the same conversation for which set is better, honestly. So, very cool minifigure, very awesome change by LEGO here over 12 years' time. So, great to see such a brand new minifigure. The only other minifigure included with this set is this medical droid, and of course he's not also in the old one, so he is just kind of by himself here. You will remember that I mentioned the FX9 assistant surgical droid, and yes, these are crazy different. I have lost many of the tools from the original version here. I only have this kind of oil thing here, and you can see the new oil thing, and it is crazy how much better they are on the new set. They are like the same tools. I remember there was a drill on the old one and a lot of the same tools, so they are much better on the new version, as minifigures are flying everywhere in the background. And the general design of it is leaps and bounds better as well. You've got lots of little details on there, like those red and blue, or red and yellow translucent pieces there that just aren't on the old one. So crazy difference there. Now I want to hop in and compare the design and features of the set now that we've taken a look at the minifigures, and of course you can put the Anakin and Darth Vader onto both. This was the main reason that Darth Vader on the original version didn't come with a cape, is because the capes were very stiff compared to the new ones, and it just really wouldn't have worked. So you can see how he fits in there. His helmet fits in very nicely. They made that so that he could fit in there. You have Anakin burned up front, and then when we bring in the new one, we'll put in Anakin on the front here. There's a nice spot for him. This is a much bigger area for Anakin to be sitting on. You can see the comparison there, how much more table room there is for the medical droids to be working with. And there's actually, instead of having to manually turn it over and flip it to put Darth Vader on, all you have to do is push in and then spin it around, then push in. Okay, there you go. So it spins around, and you can push it in, bring Darth Vader in there, and place him down on the studs. His cape fits in just fine. You'll see that there is no issue there because there's space between both the centerpiece here and where the cape would otherwise brush up against. There's also no divot here because there's also enough space for his helmet to be in there as well, which is nice to see. So LEGO's done a good job with this mechanism as well. This is a very similar mechanism to what we saw in the freezing chamber from last year. So very cool. You're able to just interchange the minifigures whenever you want on the old one, or the new one rather, compared to the old one where you really have to do a little bit of work flipping it around. It's a little bit of a rougher system too. It's not as smooth. It kind of makes some noise when you spin it. So that's how I feel about that. I don't really understand why these things in the back are brown and why the hinges here are brown too. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. They're just kind of there. These pieces here are just kind of here to catch this and have a stopper. But I don't know why they're brown and why they're not black or something more menacing looking. It would have made the room look better, or the set look better, but that's my opinion there. As far as external playability, this thing is really, the newer one is really going to own the old set. You can bring in your medical droid and have him up here. He can work on Anakin, or rather, let's have him laying down. There's a lot of space for your minifigures to go. Oops, I dropped them. For your minifigures to go wherever you want them to be. And this is very nicely, I'll get to that feature in a moment, how that works. But you can have your medical droid spinning and working on Anakin, and then, of course, eventually finishing him when he turns into Darth Vader. Over on this side, you have this little probe droid thing that can swing around, very similar to the movie where it gets like thrown to the wall, I think. Then you have, Palpatine and Darth Vader's lightsabers here. So you have a gold one for Palpatine and a regular chrome colored one for Darth Vader. Just more floor space here, which is nice. So you can bring in your Palpatine minifigure. You can have him up here, be like, Lord Vader, rise, and have him rise up. Or you can have him down here, just kind of out of the way if you want. So there's lots of little platforms, which I like. It's a nice idea here. Gives you a lot of different playability. The other cool main feature of this set is if you flip this around, and we'll just move the old one out of the way because this one isn't in the old one. This is actually a feature that's also in the 2010, what is it called? Emperor Palpatine shuttle, you actually were able to do this in that set. So this is kind of a stolen feature from that set. So don't think that this is completely an exclusive feature with this set. If you're looking to use that feature, you might have that set already. But you can take Darth Vader's helmet off rather easily. You bring in the rubber bits here, you push it on there, and I think, if I got this right, it should just pull it off. No, I guess you have to put it in there. Maybe you're supposed to put them in there. Yeah, put the helmet in there, and then you can drop it on. You're supposed to drop it on like he does in the movie when it's like closing onto him, if you guys remember that scene. Just like that, maybe? No? This is a little bit of a tough feature to use. Okay, so the helmet goes on. Close, almost. It's probably a much better feature if you're not working behind a camera, but I remember the feature does work good. It does also work good on the older model in the Emperor Palpatine shuttle, so it's a cool feature to have that is very absent on the old version, so it's crazy what 12 years has done here with these two models. Now, of course, you guys want to know which one I think is better and which one I would recommend you pick up if you're in the market for a Darth Vader transformation, or if you've been waiting for this new one and holding out on maybe buying the old one on eBay and deciding what you want to buy. I would 100% without a doubt recommend the new one. The new 2017 Darth Vader transformation is absolutely a stellar set. It's got more play features, more minifigures, more detailed minifigures, better build, more play space with it. With the old one, it's just kind of a scrawny little set. It was $7. For the time, it was a great little set. I remember loving it when I was a kid, and it was awesome, but times have changed. We're on to the new one. This old one is now garbage as far as I'm concerned. Of course, it owns that classic nostalgic part in my brain forever, but I will no longer think of it quite as good as I used to, especially because of this new one. So throw that one out of the way. We're bringing this new one. The new champ is here, guys. I did forget one feature I do want to show you. If you remember when Darth Vader gets angry because he finds out that he killed Padme, he goes, ah, and blows everything up. You can make all these little apparatuses fly away like that. Maybe not. Maybe I don't have this turned the wrong way. Yeah. You're supposed to be able to make these little apparatuses fly away because Darth Vader is angry. So you can make them like fly places and bang out of the way. So kind of another cool feature. Just really adds to the playability with this set for kids to play with. Of course, that's not something that I usually do, so it's not too big of a thing for me, but again, the accuracy to the scene is there, the displayability is there, it's much better. It's got a great look to it, so I would definitely recommend the new one if you guys are in the market for one. If you did enjoy this video, please drop a like on the video below. If you have anything to say about the new and old Darth Vader transformation sets, comment it down below. I'll be reading comments and replying to ones that I feel need to reply. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, guys. I make lots of great LEGO videos, comparisons, reviews, drop tests, top 10 videos, worst to first, news videos. I keep you guys updated, so do live streams usually weekly, so if you do enjoy those types of things, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and check out one of these two videos on screen if you haven't seen yet, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.